So, good evening, everyone, again, and welcome. I'm Stacy Thomas with Eminent Estates, and also, again, in Sub 2, Pace Morby's regional leader for DC, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Delaware. Tonight is about your first creative financing deal, and we're keeping it real as we always do. The fastest path to your first deal usually isn't cold calling strangers. Trust and believe. It's your warm market, and we have testimonies about that. Your relationship, your communication.
You went on mute after communication.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Your relationships, your communications, your network, and learning how to identify the problem the seller needs solved. Creative financing is not magic, as you know, but it is a simple idea. Sellers don't want creative, they want relief. The majority of the ones that we speak to are in a very difficult situation. Your job, one of the primary jobs, is to listen well enough to understand what relief looks like to them and then offer a solution, but with terms. Jael will facilitate the majority of tonight's training. I'll jump in to add value and keep you moving when needed. If you stay engaged, you'll leave with a simple warm market outreach script, the top seller problems to listen for, and your next action step to start conversations this week. So if you're ready, put ready in the chat and we'll get started.
I hope
You can
y'all ready. Who's ready? First of all, thank you, Stacy, aka Mom. Super excited for everybody that's here tonight. And I hope we got some action takers. I see ready, 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 ready. That's what we love to see, y'all, because we're going to give you the things and the tools that you need to get started right away. You can get your first deal in the next 6 to 7 days. But sometimes when we have faced so many failures and we've come across so many challenges, we forget that these things can happen overnight if we believe that they can. So I'm here to challenge some of the beliefs and some of the limitations that we put upon ourselves. And I'm going to give you strategies that you can implement today. Some people are going to get off the Zoom and start reaching out to people right away because every tool that we will provide will give you every single opportunity to do so. So if you're an action taker, I'm talking to you. And I think that everybody who joined tonight is an action taker because you showed up for yourself. Okay? So here's the flow for tonight. Relationships lead to conversations. Conversations lead to problems. Problems lead to solutions. That is the entire real estate game, y'all. How many times have we called a friend or family member and just from natural conversation, they ended up telling us about a problem that they have? How many of us guys? How many of you guys that happens almost every day when you talk to someone, they tell you about something that's going on in their life? This is no different. And that's why we are initiating conversations, not only with sellers, but with people that we know, because they are the key to unlock your next opportunity. My mom and I had to do a real evaluation on what has made us so successful in this business. And every single opportunity that we trace back to origin came from a relationship and solving a problem. That's it. Two things. And I know for a fact that anybody who's had a job had to build relationships and solve problems. You're doing the same thing in real estate, y'all. So whatever prior skill set you have, we're going to show you how to translate it into this. And this strategy works great for my introverts. How many introverts do we have on our Zoom tonight? How many introverts are tired of hearing to call somebody that you never met and tell them to let you buy their house? That might have worked in the 80s, but it's not working today. It can work, guys. I'm just being silly, but my introverts need a strategy to make it simple. And what I have found is that this can work well for introverts because you guys have already built these relationships. Okay, so a quick check. Type 1 if you believe you have a warm market, and type 2 if you believe that you don't have anybody to reach out to. I need to see where we are and who's on this call. 1, I have a warm market and people I know I can reach out to. 2, I don't talk to nobody. I don't even like people. I hear that all the time, y'all, but it's funny because I know it can be true. So let me level set real quick so we're all speaking the same language. What exactly is creative financing? And I know that everyone on this Zoom, we are at different levels in our creative finance journey, whether we're in Pace's community or not. Either way, we're going to make sure that you're taken care of. Creative financing simply means buying a property using terms instead of relying only on a bank's money. That's it. It's not complicated. It's not illegal. It's not sketchy. And it's been around forever. So there are three main tools that I want you guys to get to know. There are so many different ways to do creative, but there are only three that you need to understand what they are to move forward in the creative financing space. All the other ones, you'll learn as you go. So number one, subject two, you take over a seller's existing mortgage payments. The loan stays in their name. The property and the ownership transfers to your name or your business LLC. You own the property, they hold the mortgage. Two separate things. You're not assuming a loan. You are not reaching out to the lender to see if you can take it over. This is a person-to-person transaction. You don't need approval from anybody but the seller. Any questions on subject two before we move on?
Also,
All right.
I want to add before we move on, this is a safe place. That's why we like the smaller, groups of people. So you have an opportunity to interact, to ask your questions, to get clarification. And it's okay, guys, if you don't know.
Yes, that's what we love. And most of the time, guys, questions that you will ask, someone else has that question, and I just may not have thought to cover it. So I love questions. Raise your hand or drop them in the chat, and I'll make sure that I get to them. Okay. The second one, and I already saw Beverly, is seller finance. And the easiest way to remember seller finance is the seller is the bank. They own the house that does not have a mortgage. You guys will hear free and clear a lot. That just means that there is no mortgage on the house. And you can make monthly payments directly to the seller. So instead of going to the bank to pull out a new loan, you make the seller the bank and you negotiate the same loan terms that you may negotiate with the bank with the seller directly. If the seller agrees and you agree, you have a deal. Any questions on seller finance?
I think Jaleesa had her hand up.
I did, but I can wait.
Go
No, go
for
ahead.
it,
It
Teresa.
I don't want to throw off your flow. It was I was trying to get my dad settled.
Mhm.
It was conversation, problem, solution, but I know I'm missing something in there. I know you said relationship. I kind of scrambled my notes as fast
Yeah.
as I could. Can you?
Relationships lead to the conversation. So
Okay.
relationships is one. Then from that relationship, you're going to schedule a call or see them in person or talk to them in some form where you are gathering information, asking questions, and listening intently. That conversation should be 20% of you talking and 80% of them talking and you listening.
Mhm.
From there, that conversation is going to lead to them uncovering a problem. If you only talk 20% of the time, you're giving them 80% of that time to uncover something that you can help them with. Okay? And then from there, you're going to identify their biggest problem. And you guys have heard Pace say, identify the bunnies. Usually, when I help people out of pre-foreclosure, the problem is not the house. The
Mhm.
problem is everybody's calling me and telling me that I need to move within 10 to 14 days.
Mhm.
The real problem is I've been living in this house for 30 years. Where the heck am I going to go in 10 to 14 days? So when I tell them I can help you find the next place, we have moving companies and we can negotiate a rent back. Who you think they're going to sell to? The person that uncovered their real problem, not the surface. Dig deep, guys, and that comes from conversations and listening. And that's the whole game, Chalisa. I'm glad you asked that question because it made us break it down deeper.
Mhm.
Did that help? Did that clarify for you? Awesome. You will, and I love that you jumped in because that's important. That's one of the foundations of today. So, anybody have questions about seller finance before we move on? Okay. Your third creative strategy that you'll use a lot in today's market is innovation. So, you're basically partnering with the seller to renovate and sell the property while it's still in the seller's name. They get paid at closing. So, why will we do this? Okay. And this is the stuff I want to help you guys with is when you hear certain terms, you can start matching the problem with the solution. So if I hear a seller tell me, Jael, I really need as much money out of this property as possible. However, I got a bunch of renovations and I went to the market before and this property just sat. And based on the offers I got in, I can't even cover the remaining mortgage. However, I'm in an area where properties sell for like 800,000, but I only owe 600,000. Ooh, I want to partner with this person, put money into the property to make it sell at top dollar, give them a small portion, and I take the remainder for coming in as their partner because they can't get the money they need off market. They don't have enough money to renovate. They need someone to partner with them. So why as an investor would I do it this way instead of buying the property and renovating it myself? Why? I love it. Beverly's like, tell us. Because of closing costs. Has anybody seen how high closing costs are? So think about a property that is $500,000. In the state of Maryland, your closing cost is 2% of that property's sale value. That's $10,000. Then when I go and put it back on the market to get top dollar, I got to pay closing costs again. That just ate $20,000 out of my margin. Numbers, money. That's why people do certain, that's why we pick certain exit strategies over the other. What makes the most sense for the seller and for us as investors? And you don't have to know this to find a lead. I just want you all to have the basis of creative financing. As you grow and as you develop as an investor, all of this will make more sense. You don't need to know everything today. All you need to know is how to communicate and how to identify problems. Any questions about these three before we move on? You welcome, Beverly. Great feedback. Mom, let me know if I miss anything in the chat. All right, y'all. Who's ready for the shortcut on how to get your first deal? I know I am. This is the shortcut we use. All right. So here's the shortcut. This is the core of tonight. Your warm market is your fastest path to your first deal. I already know what some of you guys are thinking. I don't know anyone with a house to sell. And that's because you're thinking about it wrong. Your warm market isn't just family and friends, it's three buckets. Are y'all ready for the three? And I'm also going to give you a PDF for tonight so that you have the information and you have scripts. So, bucket number one, y'all, is influencers, influential people, people other people listen to, real estate agents, lenders, general contractors, attorneys, CPAs. What about your pastor? Barbers, human resource managers, property managers. When I think of influencers, y'all, this is how I remember them. One to many. Everything that we should be doing in real estate, you need strategy behind it.
Let me let
Influ-
me let me
yeah.
jump in on one thing. We
Go.
talked to a CPA today. So what's happening right now, guys? What are people getting filed? They're what?
Texas.
Yes.
So we told him about his warm market, and it was like a light bulb went off. He was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. This person wants to do this. This person wants to do that. This person asked me about this."
Uh-huh.
And sometimes you just need a friendly little nudge or just a thought-provoking something you didn't think about.
Mhm.
And so that's why we're talking about your warm market today. And for those of you that are note takers, I would be taking copious notes right now because I'm going to give you a quiz.
I have to tell y'all a secret. Stacy is an influencer. Before there were influencers, if anybody did a great job for my mom and delivered great service, she would tell everybody. So just think about that one person that could blow up your business. I call that a quantum leap. That means you collapse time. Instead of you going to 100 people and receiving 98 no's and 2 yeses, you can go to one person that got 100 people that already trust them to ask on your behalf.
Hmm.
When I get a warm lead, they're not saying, Jael, how do you do this? How do you do that? They're saying, all right, I'm ready to sign on the dotted line and work with you because such and such vouched for you already. You don't have to prove anything to a warm lead. They already are using your reputation from the person that referred you. So this is why we're teaching this, y'all, because you have millions of dollars in your phone. Bucket two of your warm market. Connectors, people who know everybody, community leaders, HOA people, co-workers, friends, somebody who's always got a story about something. They don't own property necessarily, but they know people who do.
Hmm. Hmm.
Bucket number three, owners, people with actual property situations, tired landlords, inherited property owners, out of state owners, accidental landlords, and people behind on mortgage payments that may be going through divorce, retired, or probate. Do you guys know anybody that fits in these three buckets? I need a yes in the chat if you know at least one person right now on the top of your head who fit in the bucket. Probably at least 10 people that fit in the buckets.
You guys go to church with them. You're in your little groups, organizations with them. We helped somebody recently where the seller came from their church
Yes. And where do a lot of times when we're struggling and dealing with stuff, we go to church to pray about it. To
to
and
get
what
help.
if you that resource that the person
Yeah,
is actually looking for that's in your congregation?
yeah.
But if we don't have these conversations or tell people what we're doing with the state of the economy and how much people are struggling, I guarantee you 1 out of 10 people probably need your help. So now you got to look at it like if I don't say anything, I'm doing a disservice to my community and I'm being selfish for keeping my mouth shut. And I have people around me that can solve this person's problem. So when you turn it and look at it that way, you'll start telling everybody what you do. And that's where I want to get you all to.
Can I get an
Any,
amen in the chat?
any questions? I'm serious.
Yeah. Beverly was like, yeah.
Go be a blessing to somebody is
Yes.
basically what we're saying because we are guys, even though you feel like I don't know everything, I don't have the answers, neither did my mom and I.
Well,
We jumped in and we relied on a member of sub 2 that was already in before us to help us, and
mhm,
within 30 days we received a $10,000 assignment fee. All we did was bring the lead.
that's it.
He did the paperwork. He did the communications. He let us be part of the whole entire transaction. And we were able to learn while we earn. We did like 8 deals with him, and now we're doing this for other people. How powerful is that? Y'all gonna be us one day, helping other
Mhm,
people get their first deal.
mhm.
Simeon, what's up, my brother? What can I help you with?
Hey Joel, good evening everyone. I have a question. I have been looking for a deal for myself for a long time, Finally, I met someone, a member of the community in PG County, Maryland.
Mhm.
He want to relocate to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and she owned a property here. I went there, made a viewing, but she already listed with a real estate agent.
Okay.
Now she is renovating. I like the place, but I talk about the creative deal like a subject to, and she said no. I don't. I want the money. I want the whole money. I'm willing
Okay.
to give you at a good price. You already have equity in, but I need the money because I'm using that money to relocate in Atlanta. So
Yes.
she is not willing. I'm not eligible to get money from the bank. How can we deal with this? I tried to say, okay, let me see if we can find some amount and give you and then pay month to month. She said, no, I need the money to go there.
Yes.
So,
So
how,
here's the answer, Simeon. You have to listen to what the seller needs. This is their biggest asset. She told you she needs the most money out of the property. Now, how long has the property been on the market?
for over a month, but
Okay.
she removed from the market to renovate, to fix like a kitchen and bathroom, and she showed me everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this could have kind of been avoided, but you needed to bring someone in to communicate on your behalf because you may have pitched creative too soon. And when things are unclear for people, they just say no. So the biggest piece for her was fast and keeping as much money in her pocket. So the worst thing she could have did was start renovating because now it's the margins are even bigger of what she needs. So you just have to stick with this listing and see if it sells on the market. The longer it doesn't sell, the higher her pain is. Then she'll be open to creative and what you can do. But for this person, if they have a lot of equity and they want their equity out, it may not work for creative. So it all comes down to what the seller needs. And we have to be the person that has integrity. And if I talk to the seller and she tells me what she's wanting to do, my number one choice would be you need to list this on the market because you want top dollar. If she was saying something different, that, she needs to get out, it has a lot of repairs, she just needs enough money to move, then we could have explored creative. So you have to diagnose the person and you have to always provide the solution that's best for them. And if creative is good for her and she sees that after sitting on the market, then she'll be more open to your conversation. But most sellers have to be sitting for a while to even entertain it. And it has to be presented very well for them to understand it. But it's a great question.
And even though she wants to move, Simeon, she says she's moving, she's still not in enough pain to have this conversation with you yet. And this leads to another situation that Jael and I ran into early on. When you don't have enough opportunities in your pipeline, you hone in on just that one, and you're like, pressure, pressure, pressure to get that to the finish line. Whereas if you had enough in your pipeline, you don't focus on that one, especially if the seller is not ready.
And you wait for it to come back around. You keep
Yes.
an eye on it. You've done
Yeah.
the work. This is a lead, but it is not a deal.
No.
Okay, Simeon? So keep your eye
Thank
on
you.
it, but she's not ready yet. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Y'all, when y'all find a seller that's in pain, they will be like, take my property. When you have someone there, that's when they're open to all of their options, all of the things, and you'll know. You guys will know. But that was a great question. Does anybody have a piggyback from what Simeon shared? Any other advice or suggestions? All right. So we're going to jump right back into it. Okay. So we have the three buckets. I'm going to share a PDF so you guys have that. Okay. So we're going to move on to the seller problem map. So you've got your names. Now the question is, how do you know if someone's situation works for creative? You have to listen for the problem. Here's what I call the seller problem map. There are 6 categories. The first one is time. They'll say things like, I need to move fast. I got a new job. I'm relocating. Speed is the issue. From there, you know it's either a subject to or seller finance, or they need cash and a quick cash buyer. Okay, so that's an issue that you guys will always come across. The second one is payments. I'm behind. I can't keep up. This house is draining me. They need someone over to take over their debt. That's a subject to all day. Repairs. It needs too much work. I can't afford to fix it. They think they have to fix it before selling. You can buy it as is, problem solved. That can work for subject to, seller finance, novation, or cash. You guys won't be able to pick which strategy to use until you hear what the seller says and you run the numbers, which we will help you with if you have a lead that needs to be underwritten. Number 4, certainty. I don't want showings. I need a sure thing. I'm tired of the on-market process. We can offer a guaranteed close with no contingencies.
And did you skip number 3? Or did I miss
Repair.
it? Repair.
Time, payments, repairs. And number 4 is certainty. Okay. Number 5, we run across this one a lot, is privacy. I'm going through a divorce, probate, pre-foreclosure. I have tenants in the property that are tearing it up. They need this quiet and simple off market. That's something we can absolutely provide. The 6th issue that we're going to see a lot in today's market is income. It's paid off. I just want monthly income. Free and clear owners that may be over 55, 60, or anyone that's 65 and older getting a Social Security check that has a bunch of equity in their house. You would think that they want all of that cash out. But for some of them, it could impact them getting their monthly payment if they get too much cash at once. And they will also get hit with capital gains if it's more than 250,000. So that means they would give 30% of their profits to the IRS. So monthly payments works better for some people. Here's the key, guys. Your offer is not your first step. Your first step is diagnosis. Like when you go to the doctor's office, they're not going to come in and say, oh, you need open heart surgery. Absolutely not. You would run. You would be like, you ain't the doctor for me. You haven't even checked my blood pressure yet. You have to ask the qualifying questions. We have to diagnose the situation. And then we provide an answer. So a lot of times you guys would be like, I can't talk to them. I don't know what the answer is. You don't need the answer. You just need to listen. Mm-hmm. And we'll help you come up with the right strategies based on what that person needs. All right. So who's ready to see some scripts and do some role play? Don't everybody speak at once. Chalisa's ready. Jason said me. I love that. All right, y'all. Let me drop the script here for you guys. It also has everything we've talked about so far. All right. Let me know if you can open it once you have it. You should be able to download it as well. So I have created 3 versions of the script for your sphere of influence for you all. I know some people are not comfortable with calling, but we have the call script. We have a text script and we have an email script.
So it doesn't get any easier than that, people.
So you can't say, I couldn't hit up nobody over this week because I had to work. Send them an email.
Send them a text.
Yes. And
we are eliminating all excuses right here, right now.
And I guess what the biggest thing I always hear, I don't want to sound scripted.
Yes.
Your favorite movie, your favorite TV show, everything that you love is a script. Use it. That's all I got to say.
And I just going to add on to it. Make it your own. So it doesn't sound like a script.
I'm reading from a script right now. Everything I do is a script because what you're doing is any conversation you have, you want to be moving them down, not across. And when you don't use a script, you're all over the place and you're not guiding them anywhere. And you spent 30 minutes and you haven't achieved what you called to achieve. So I really hope you guys just copy and paste, read verbatim. Nobody will know. Okay. So does anybody want to do a mini role play? Okay. Who has the PDF open?
Jalecia says she does.
Okay. All right. Please unmute.
Okay,
Do
give me
you-
1 second. I gotta get to that screen.
Okay.
I gotta get a monitor so I can move faster. You want to act slow today, huh?
Oh, take your time. Let me ask you this,
Hurry
Jaleesa.
up and take my time. I know.
Now, what do you feel most comfortable with? Text, calls, or email?
Oh, I gotta work on calls. Text and emails is not the thing. It's somebody said that phone becomes so heavy.
Yeah, I do.
Come on. Okay, good. Click here. I'm trying to shrink the. Okay, I just take y'all off screen. Okay, here we go.
All right. I'm going to act neutral and I'm going to make it easy so you can just go through the script.
Okay. Hey, Jill, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you been?
Doing good, doing so good. Listen, I'm gonna make this quick. I know you're busy. I know you got things you're working on. You came to mind. So I'm helping homeowners who are in situation they need a super simple solution. Maybe they're behind on payments, they need to move fast, they inherited a property they don't want. Sometimes people get stuff they don't want. Or they just want to sell without the headache of having to pay an agent and all these extra steps they have you go through and painting and carpeting and all that stuff. So I'm not here to sell you anything. Let me just make that clear. I don't want to sell you anything, but I'm just asking, does anyone come to your mind? Maybe somebody in your circle mentioned they're selling a property. Maybe somebody has a property that's become a burden.
Well, you know what? I was just talking to my cousin and her parents actually passed and she said she might be inheriting a property that's all the way in Texas. Is that something you might be able to help her with?
Oh, I believe so. Yes. Okay, somebody has she's moving to Texas.
Well, she actually inherited a property and she lives here in the DMV and it's in Texas.
Okay, yeah.
She
So I'm
sounded
guessing
pretty
it's
stressed
vacant.
about it. She sounded pretty stressed. I don't have the details, but I'd be happy to connect you with her.
Oh, that will be wonderful. Okay, great. Um, I believe I can help. She's,
Excellent.
yeah, inherited this property in Texas. She lives in the DMV area.
Hmm.
So she probably want to sell this pretty quick.
Yep. She
So
wants
we
that
can talk
cash.
about some solutions that'll work for her. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely want to do that.
Excellent.
Yes, I'll take her information, or you can give her my information.
Okay. I love that. So here's what I do to make it a super easy transition, but you knocked that out of the park. Everybody, call me. I will buy it. Look at that. See, this is phenomenal. First of all, thank you so much for speaking up and doing it and killing it. So what I do at the end, like when they do have a referral for you, I say, why don't you open up a group text with us? That way, that person is doing that warm transition for you, and then you don't have to worry about you calling that person and it's not a good time, or them trying to call you and you miss the call. Y'all are in text, keep that person locked in, then you schedule the appointment with them right there in the group text, and you get on that call. And with that call, you just want to listen and gather information. Way to go. All right. Who wants to go? First of all, anybody have any feedback? And who wants to go next? All right, we got some claps for you.
Good job, Jalecia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who wants a hard one?
Me.
Jason ready.
Jason. Jason, you want me to give you some pushback?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
I can't take it easy on Jason, y'all, because I
All
talk
right,
to him almost every day. So I'm gonna give him the business.
right. Need that practice. Yes, the harder the better.
Okay.
All right, all right.
You know what, Jason? Say that I'm your financial advisor, somebody who has a very coveted book of business, somebody who's highly, maybe I'm your attorney or a probate attorney.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, all right. Hey, Jay, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hey Jason, how's it been?
It's going okay, it's going okay. I know you probably busy with, I mean, everything going okay with the practice. I know it's kind of crazy as far as all these probates you getting, man. You getting it, you
Absolutely.
busy with them? Yeah.
Yeah, we slam right now, and it's been tough, facilitating all of these people. Death never stops.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's so real. But it's good and bad. Death is always bad, but
Yes.
it's good to be busy, right? It's good to be busy, and but look, I'm gonna keep this quick, man. I like you just said, I know you're busy. Like I've been working on something, and you came to mind. So I'm helping homeowners who are in situations where they need a simple solution. Maybe they're behind on their payments, they need to move fast, inherit a property they don't want, or they just want to sell without the headache of listing. I know you might come across people that are going through the exact same thing. They just got a property in California, they leave here in the city, or any kind of situations like that. That sound about right?
Oh yeah, I get that all the time.
All right, so look, I'm not calling to sell you anything. I'm just asking, does anyone come to mind, somebody in your circle who's mentioned selling or maybe has a property that's become a burden?
Well, Jason, as you know, that happens every day, but I do have a fiduciary duty to protect my clients' information. So why should I trust my clients with you?
All right, well, because look, I've I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I could probably
I don't
relate.
want you to lie to me.
All right. Because I'm going through the same thing. I've gone through it. I could relate to the people that's experiencing that pain. And I've been there. So as far as why you could trust me, I deal with the community of people that, specialize in these things. So you could do your research on them and the whole nine, really, and I want to help. Before anything gets resolved or anything like that, please know, you know me, that I want to be able to help you, your client, and myself. If everybody doesn't win, the preliminary work is there. You could look over it and you could just say no. That
Okay.
work?
I love that. You gave me a way out, Jason. And I appreciate you calling me with this because the fact that you've experienced it, you know how fragile these situations are. Um, Big thing for me, Jason, is making sure that my clients are going to be serviced the same way that I do. Do you have any systems or tools in place to make sure that none of these leads fall through the cracks?
But yes, yes, 100%. So, like I was saying, that I have a network of people that I work with. I got a team that are really reliable that I could count on, and I'm not just working by myself on this.
Okay, I don't want no one man shows.
Yes, yes, we're stronger together. So,
Okay.
saying is that if you got one board, you can break it real easy, but if you got like four or five, it's that much harder to break, right? So, yeah, I have a strong team that I rely on, and anything that you filter with me, I'll share with them so they can keep me focused and we'll work it out.
You know what, Jason? I know your character. I know that you've been through a lot and through these similar situations. Let me ask you one question before I agree to this. Will you
Please.
be sending referrals my way?
Of course, yes,
Oh,
yes.
well, that's
Win-win
different then.
situation. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and send you one lead. Let me
Okay.
see how you do with that. And if you do a great job, then I got plenty for you.
That's absolutely perfect, Jael. Thank you so much. That's all I asked for is a chance.
Excellent. Thank you.
All
Way
right.
to go, guys. Was that a master
All
class or
right.
what?
I started
And
getting.
you will have to go off script.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
script
Love
is
it.
your frame,
Yeah.
but you got to be a real person. And Jason
Mhm.
just had a real conversation. I didn't know where he was gonna go, but the fact that he went to, I've been through it. Ooh, he disarmed me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He disarmed me.
Excellent. Very good, Jason.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Jael.
So,
All right.
a lot of people are afraid of being transparent. I'm gonna tell you guys something. It's a lot better than fluff.
Woo!
People
Especially
can
with attorneys and stuff.
people can see through it.
Right
People
through.
can see, and sometimes we have to be vulnerable. And Jason was just that. He didn't have to say that.
Even
So,
with dealing with pre-foreclosures. When
yes.
if you've been through that situation, don't be afraid to say that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful because
Yeah.
Jason, I was gonna come at you way harder, but when you said that, I was like, oh damn.
You
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 got
you
me.
you snatched the power. You
Yes, you
snatched the
did.
power, Jason. You
Took
did.
control of
No,
that
you did. Yeah,
conversation.
you took control
Even
of it.
though attorneys will try to frame you, as well
Yeah.
as, certain power positions like financial advisor, they're gonna tell me what you got, what you can do. You took control of that conversation.
Yeah.
Anybody else have feedback for Jason? Please feel free to unmute. That was great.
It was.
Thank y'all.
Put it in the chat, y'all. Great job, Jason.
Anybody else want to role play? If not, it's okay. If you have any questions about your scripts,
Mhm.
if you guys have scrolled through the whole PDF, you know that we ended with homework. And I expect action and results because
Yeah.
I know it works. Okay, so let's open it up for Q&A and then I'll close out with the homework. You guys can ask questions about anything, whether it's a deal you're working on, a scenario you want clarity on, anything, we're here to help. This is about you all. I've taught
Mhm.
all that I can teach today, so any questions, we're happy to take them. Hey, Tiara, please feel free to unmute.
Thank you so much. Awesome class. I got a 2-year-old screaming around here, so I didn't want
No
to
worries.
interrupt.
No worries.
But so I've had a conversation with the seller and a realtor. It was a expired listing. Had to go through a realtor to be able to get to the sellers. I didn't have access to it, but I, we had discussed the option of lease with option to buy because she won't disclose how much she owns on the house. But so I gave her some time and said, okay, we'll let you think about it. And they just called back tonight and said, hey, like she definitely wants to do it. We just don't know whether we can assume, like you can assume her loan. I was like, I don't think that's the same thing.
Mhm.
So I don't know what to do at this point. I just know that she's definitely wanting to give me the house. I just don't know what that looks like.
Okay, this is you've done all the work. Now it's time to bring in a partner that has the experience, which is totally fine. And people will respect you for it. You've already done the hard part, identifying someone that this could potentially work for. Now you need to bring in a partner, which I'd be happy to do. Talk agent to the agent, because I just consider them gatekeepers. They're talk about all the things that can go wrong, wondering if their commission will be paid. So that's the number one person that you have to overcome. Number two, being the sellers. So I can help you get all the agents' questions answered. And then the best way forward from there is to get on a Zoom with them, everybody face to face, everybody on the Zoom so that you can build credibility and rapport.
Okay, so we got on the Zoom, met face to face. She met my kid, everything.
Okay.
I just don't know how to close it.
Did you talk about creative? What's your experience there?
I have no experience with creative financing at all. I was just trying to find a solution that worked best for her. She has 2 properties currently. That she so this property in particular, she got married and got divorced and she just wants to dump it. The second property, she lives with her mom and she needs to sell that one too. So I was thinking if I can get one, then I can get the other one, but I just need help in doing both of those things.
Okay. I would love to chat with you about exactly what the situation is because I don't know if the numbers only work for creative or if they also work for cash. And sometimes
Okay.
when they won't give you the statement, it's okay to ask the agent for the principal balance, the interest
Okay.
rate, and the
Okay.
monthly payment if they're not
Mhm.
comfortable sharing the statement with you so that you can at least do some due diligence numbers wise to even see if creative is a fit.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And do you have my direct contact information or anything?
I think I saw you in the cookout, so
Okay,
I can
perfect.
message you there.
All right, excellent.
Thank you.
Congrats. You are so close, Tiara. Keep it
Thank you.
going and stay in front
Congrats,
of them. They're ready to
Tiara.
give it to you.
Hey, Tiara, I have a quick question for you. Is this a warm lead or cold?
This was cold. She's actually, so I'm in Baltimore.
Yeah.
She's in Little Rock, and I got on the phone and was just calling some people. So she was cold, but they're cool.
How long did it
Congrats.
take to curate it, Tiara, from first call to now? Where are you at in the process?
About 2 weeks, maybe.
That's excellent. That
Yes.
is
I think
excellent.
I think it helped that I told her, I said, because she's like, well, why can't you finance it directly? I said, well, I just closed on my house. So I couldn't get a regular FHA loan. And they
There
were
you go.
like, oh, got it.
There you
Okay,
go.
well, let's have a conversation.
Yep.
So
Way to go. Everybody
Congrats.
give Tiara some love. She this close
Yeah.
to getting her deal, y'all.
Yes.
Keep
thank
on
you.
her. You're welcome. Beverly?
Okay. I need to know what software to use to obtain leads and buyers from.
Okay. So it depends on the person, right? But we teach a strategy in our e-course where you can get free leads from online. And we break down how you can do that, or you can pay for pre-foreclosure. You can pay for certain leads. It just depends on what you want. And there are several platforms that you can do that on, and we can drop them in the chat.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I do.
So really, guys, the if you're gonna get paid versus free leads depends on you and your budget
Okay.
and the amount of time you have.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I have sort of an issue. My house is in foreclosure, and I wish I had known about you guys before I did this, but I went with this lawyer that's helping me keep it out of foreclosure.
Mhm.
But by the conversations we've been having tonight, I wish I'd known about you guys because I wouldn't have paid this money to the attorney to do that. Because I know there's probably other ways that I could have kept my property without having to go through an attorney to do it.
Absolutely. And sometimes it is, sometimes not. However, you here now, and we're happy that you're here. And, whatever information that we can provide or help you with through wherever you are in the process with the attorney, we'd be happy to do so. And just have a follow-up conversation with you if there's anything we can do. But sometimes with certain attorneys in bankruptcy, they file it to stop the foreclosure, but you still can sell it. So let's talk through it or keep it depending on what you need to do. So if you want to have a follow-up conversation, Beverly, we'll be happy to.
Yes, I would like that.
Okay, we'll make sure that we get to you most tomorrow, and we'll see what works best for your schedule.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for being feeling safe enough to share that information. We don't take that lightly.
Thank you, Beverly.
Thanks.
All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Talisa?
Okay, my question is about county records,
Mhm.
like Deal Sauce and these different software companies. Don't they get it from county records? Like she can look up if the seller won't give you the information. Can't you look that up like county records? I'm thinking.
Yes, you can do it the manual route, but every city, every county is different of where you got to locate those leads. And how you can pull them is different. So some people pay skip tracers and all of that stuff because they've already curated the list to exactly what you're looking for. But any list that you get, you could pull it yourself. However, not all of these people are pulling the information from counties. So a platform I used to use, Vulcan 7, they won't share with you how they get people's information. Most likely buying it from a third party source. So when we give people our email and our information, sometimes they sell it to somebody else. So some platforms are better than others when it comes to the quality of leads you're going to get. Reg dropped deal sauce in here, and we've had pretty good success with the deal sauce leads. I say only 25 or 20% are bad leads, which is a great ratio. Sometimes you'll see lists with 50, 60% of bad data. Reg, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I can just tell you that you're about right, spot on with that. About 25, 30% of it is not good data with deal source. But I'm gonna do something more in depth too about deal source on a Zoom. But um, they also have a program in there where you can actually find the buyer, the end buyer as well, that do buy and hold and fix and flips in that area, that zip code, wherever the property is. That's kind of it's my go-to. I consider it like my MLS for the nationwide because I got the
Mhm.
MLS for Texas, but it helps me out when I'm looking at other properties all over the country, you know. So and it gives you back to the other lady that I forgot her name, but the other lady that was asking how could you find out their mortgage statements and all that. Deal Source has that too. But what I found out with Deal Source also is that it's not always as accurate. They give you an assumption. So if you
Yeah.
bought the property in 2022, they basing everything off. You got an FHA loan in
Yep.
2022. This is what the interest rates were at that time. This would they assuming this is what that interest rate would be. So it's
Mhm.
not as accurate. But it's close, but it's not spot on. But when I get the
Yeah.
mortgage statements and I compare it to one another, they're usually not spot on. So
Gotcha.
I say it's about 80% accuracy on deal sauce. But I like it though. And you could also put your probates and your pre-foreclosures in any place too. So I use it as a good tool. And another thing too about that, and I'm not gonna monopolize anything, but they have a version out. It's like $300 a month. Um, and if you have say 5 to 10 people, you can put different people on a platform, right?
Oh, that's
So you can
smart.
put 10 people on a platform and y'all pay $30 a piece. Pay
Mhm.
$30 a piece, and now you have access to all of that. Just
Partner up,
share it.
y'all.
Just share the
Squad up.
cost. Partner
Yes.
up. You got that group economics. Partner up on it, and
That's
now you
big.
have access to all of that information.
Yes.
So
I love
Jael
that.
and thank you, brother. Jael and Ridge, what are you guys recommending if people don't have a budget for this right now?
In our
Um, Go ahead, Jai.
Go ahead, Rich.
Um, it's if you don't have a budget for it, I have the platform, and I do this for the community, right? I'll take on 3 people, and I give them access to my platform for about a month.
I
Because I
would
don't want,
I would be in Reg's direct message already.
and I will give you complete access to everything I see, and you have your own platform. But I'm telling you, if you don't use it, I will kick your butt off because I don't want nobody just eating up
Amen.
my
Action
because
takers only.
action takers only. If you action taker, let's go. But if you just want to gather information, this I'm not, you know, you can
Mm-mm.
gather information, but it don't take up my space on my platform.
I love
But
it.
to answer that question, group economics is the better way to do it because you can get free information, but it won't be as accurate, or you won't be have as much information as if you would if you go ahead and invest into a little bit. $30 a month. Get 10 people together and you $30 a month, man. Come on.
Do
So
you
I
have
don't
an
know.
affiliate link, Rich?
I No, I don't, man. I
You
gotta get
better
up
get
on my
you one.
affiliation
You better
game.
get you one
I
because
know,
I was
right?
gonna let you
I
drop
know,
it in
right?
here. Now,
Go
next
ahead.
time I'm gonna have my own.
So just piggyback off that, right? So, Ja, I'm gonna hold a class Thursday. I was getting all my stuff together today. I'm gonna hold a class Thursday, and it's gonna be in depth on deal sauce. And I have my affiliation linked in, and I'm gonna also show people how to get free probate leads and stuff like that too. And
That's
and I'm gonna
super.
also drop about 700 when I get back to my computer. I'm gonna drop y'all this evening in the group. I'm gonna drop about 500 to 700 pre foreclosures in Texas. that I get because
Everybody,
I'm a real.
everybody on here, bro, ain't in the private group, so we'll let them know.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
Did-
I drop it tonight though.
Get
Thank you,
with
bro.
Reg. And I know we had Miss Carol had a question before
Yes.
we.
I didn't have a question. I was just listening to Beverly.
Oh,
Yeah, right. With her experience that she's going through, now she can use that as a motivation to help others when she does the script, just like
Yes.
Jason did, say from my experience is what I did. And if I knew all of this before,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't have to go through all that. So she could use that as a motivation for next time she gets on the phone with somebody.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Experience,
It-
yeah.
Thank you for that, Carol. And you know what I took away from what she said, y'all? Beverly is on the call with us. She's in the sub two community. And the stuff that we're sharing, she didn't know. Imagine how many other people are out there going through this situation and they have no idea that we can help them. That's why we say, if you don't let people know that you can help them, we're doing a major disservice to them. Major.
We got to get out our own ways. The
Yes.
only limits we have are the ones we put on ourselves.
Yes, it.
Let me give a shout out to Beverly too. I'm kind of jump back in. It is very bold of you to say that, right?
Yes.
Um, I've I've actually been through one in 2008, right? So I thought I was a baller in back in 2005, 6, 7, right? So I went out and bought this crazy ass house that was, and I had rental properties too, right? But that mug was eating me alive. You hear me? Like
Mhm.
the monthly payments, the utilities and everything, and the market crashed out here in Texas on us, right?
Mhm.
And my house went from being X to I lost 50% of the value of the property.
Woo!
50%. My wife and my kids asking about where we going on vacation. You better carry your ass to the backyard. That's where we going on vacation, you know. But they did. But I wind up selling my rental properties, which I regret now. But I sold my rental properties. And then it came down to me, my primary home I had to get rid of. And the bank wouldn't allow me to sell my own home because I was a realtor on the property. And they blocked me. And then I wind up doing a foreclosure myself.
Oh
So
man.
and I took that like Beverly and I used it as a tool. And I
Mhm.
tell people this is why I'm motivated to help people so they won't have to go through the stress I went through dealing with
Mhm.
that, right?
Yes.
And back then at '08, I had an afro. So, that's kind of what happened with that fro. That
Wow.
fro, no, I'm just
You play too much.
that's like a
Bro, you're
stress
gonna
free
have
all
to
the way.
tell that whole story though, because that's we need to hear that.
Yeah, man.
And
So
thank
that
you for
that
sharing. Yeah, we need to hear that.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Well, y'all, we like to keep it to an hour so that we respect all your time. However, if we have one more question, I'm happy to take
Mhm.
it before the
Mhm.
homework. The
She's
share,
serious about the whole.
everything. Oh, I'm not gonna let you go without the homework. Think it's a game if you want to. I'm giving you this homework. All right, so no more questions. I guess it's homework time. So here's what separates the people who get deals from the people who just learn about deals. My favorite word, action. So here's your homework. It's simple and it's specific. Step one, finish your list of your top 10 people and use the three buckets. I want you to be able to identify where this person fits in the bucket. For my overachievers that want to do what I would do, I would have 10 people per bucket.
Mhm.
What we doing? I know y'all got at least 300 people in your phone. That's only what? Is that 1% or 10%? Somebody help me out. It's 10%. Okay. So from there, I want you to send 10 messages or calls or emails in the next 48 hours. How many hours?
48.
48. The first 48. What? I'm serious. In the first 48 hours, I want y'all to take this action. I want you to have at least 3 real conversations. Don't be calling and texting all the people y'all know that ain't gonna answer. I want you to call that person that love picking up the phone, love talking to everybody because they got all the information you need.
Mhm.
They gonna tell you all the tea.
Mhm.
Who need help? Who going through what? Y'all know who that person is. They got the tea.
You do.
DM us or come back next month and tell us what happened. Who wants to relay the homework? Because I want to make sure that everybody got the same information. Who was taking notes? It's in your PDF. Who gonna do the homework?
That right, that's the question.
Reg, don't be raising your hand. I know you gonna do it.
Johnny, unmuted y'all. What you fitting to do, Johnny?
Let me hear it, Johnny.
10 people, top 10 people in 3 buckets.
Mhm.
Being an overachiever that I am, that's 10 people per bucket.
Yeah.
Uh, 10 messages in 48 hours. Being an overachiever I am, that's about 40 messages.
Yes.
Yeah. Deal sauce, quick question. Deal sauce, that's a sub 2 product, isn't it?
Justin Timanowski
Mhm.
created it, right?
Yes.
He's awesome.
I saw that in
Yeah,
some training.
Justin, he does a open office class every Tuesday for
Mhm.
deal sauce.
Mhm.
Yep, every Tuesday. I think it's around 12 or 1 o'clock Central Time. Some weapon. I forgot the exact what time, but he does it every Tuesday, and you can jump on there for free. No cost, just to see what it do.
Well, I'm trying to find out what you're doing, Reg. Don't be trying to send me off somewhere else and you fix it.
No,
Hey,
no,
you need
no,
to
no.
jump on Reg's call.
So I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one this upcoming Thursday. So I have all my
Mhm.
stuff. I just got to drop it and just come on, and I show you what I know about deal sauce. And like I say, I'm not an expert, but I'm damn good with it though. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, if you know enough to be dangerous, that works.
there you go. There you go. I could do that.
All right. So
And
I didn't want to just be my first night. I didn't want to just come in taking over conversations and
Oh, you
acting
good.
out scripts and all that. But can you invite me back? Just put me on the regular rotation list.
Yes, everybody that is here tonight, you guys will receive a reminder for the next one that's coming the first of the month. So we're just getting our systems and automation together, guys. So please bear with us. We want to make sure that it's accessible to you. We want you to come back monthly and we want you to bring people because we're really serious about sharing the information that we have, also giving you tools to succeed and things you can use right away.
The more people in the room,
Sierra just texted 2 people.
alrighty. Listen, guys, the more people in the room, the better conversations we're going to have. And know this, because I have a lot of conversations with people still trying to get their first deal. It is not going to come from you being perfect. It's going to come from you being consistent and helpful. Go
Yeah.
be helpful this week. Go make a difference in somebody else's life. You never know what they're going through, guys. And we have examples on this call tonight
Mhm.
that if you're talking about how you can help people and reaching out, you can be the difference and what happens with them and their situation. David, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I just had a quick question. Do you have any suggestions for um like the best way to reach out to folks? Like I'm connected to a bunch of folks on Facebook that I haven't talked to in years, long time.
Mhm.
Um, but I know that they're involved in the real estate world. So do you have any suggestions on the best way to do that? It's not slimy or, you
Yeah.
know, feels weird.
Yeah. Option one, David, which people love, is if you haven't talked to someone in a while, you can just look at the list of people whose birthday it is that day. You can call them and say happy birthday. And if you call them and say that, they're going to be like, oh my God, David, you remember? No, Facebook did, but they're willing to have a quick conversation. And you just say, hey, let's talk another time. The second thing that I do is hey, how have you been? Always ask about them first. And then I'm looking to reconnect with some old friends this year. And then naturally they'll say, well, what are you working on, David? And then you give it to them. But if they don't ask, leave it.
Yeah.
So it's not slimy. You know, it always come from how are you and what can I help with?
Okay. All right.
I agree
Thank you. I
with that.
appreciate that.
Yeah, great question, David.
Yes.
Anybody have anything else before we wrap it up? We really appreciate you guys.
Can I
We
get my link in an email, please? Because I'm not on the phone. I'm still old, so older.
Did you download the PDF that I shared, Johnny?
So no, because I could not. I was going to hit you about that tomorrow, just to have
Oh,
something to talk to you about. But but I'm on my phone because that's how I got the link. It was texted to me.
okay. Yes.
yeah.
So
So
I will go ahead and email it to you, and it has all three scripts, and it also has the follow-up that you can respond with.
nice, thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yes, reach out to me tomorrow. I'll be happy to catch up with you.
Oh, by
Thank
the way,
you.
I've been on your YouTube.
You have? Excellent.
We
Appreciate
need
the
to talk.
support.
We do.
So, quick.
I just wanted to say thank you, Michelle. She didn't get a chance to speak, but she said this was very helpful. I spoke with her earlier, Jael, and she's an agent as well. And so I want to let all of you guys on here that may be agents. Jael has done a lot of creative deals. She's a closer. She's a numbers girl, as you guys know, and she definitely can help guide you have the conversations with other agents and what you can do to work with investors. So definitely reach out.
Next things that you guys can plug into every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. I go live on my YouTube channel about wealth building strategies, even if you're starting from zero. My channel, I just dropped it there. And then my mom and I and my sister, who's also in real estate with us, are having an in-person event on April 16th at Clyde's. So if you guys want to attend, I'll drop the link for that. But otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Mom, you have anything else?
No, we appreciate your time. Don't take it lightly. Don't take it for granted. And we're looking to help each and every one of you. Remember, guys, you need to be action takers, and closed mouths don't get fed. But we're here for you. And thank you. Have a nice night, everybody. Take care.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.